This is the droid with the rainbow goddess, the rainbow goddess.
This is the droid with the rainbow goddess, the rainbow goddess.
Hello everyone and welcome to Joyride with the Rainbow Goddess. I'm Itzel and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make Cafe Gratitude strawberry shortcake. You can find a lot of your favorite dessert recipes from Cafe Gratitude in the Cafe Gratitude dessert book, which you could find on their website, or just Google search it and you will find it. Now before we get started, I do want you to know that you will need a Vitamix for this process. As I have mentioned in a lot of my past videos, a Vitamix is an essential tool to have in the kitchen. It is the absolute best blender. It will give you the smoothest consistencies, and it is an investment that is worth making because it will last a long time. We're going to start by making the cake part. We're going to use 1 cup of dates, and make sure that you take out the pits and that you take out the little top like stemmy part. And I'm going to blend that with 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. I'm also going to do a teaspoon of vanilla extract, a tablespoon of lemon juice, and I'm just gonna blend this until it becomes a smooth paste. Okay, it is a nice paste now. Now I'm going to transfer this into a bowl. And I have half a cup of chopped strawberries, and I'm just going to pulse these a little bit. I still want them to be a tiny bit chunky when I mix them into the rest of the mix. Yep, that should do. And now I'm going to mix it with 2 cups of almond flour. And now that it's come together, it's done. Okay, so now we're gonna make the whipped cream, and for this you wanna do half a cup of soaked cashews. I soaked these for 4 hours beforehand with some filtered water, and half a cup of coconut milk, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1.5 teaspoons of soy lecithin, and we're gonna do a pinch of salt, a teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons of white agave. I have maple syrup, so that's what I'm gonna use. And you want to blend this on high. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes. And now I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. And now we're gonna blend it for another 1 to 2 minutes. Beautiful. That's nice and warm, and it's nice and creamy. Now we're ready to assemble our cake. Now to assemble our cake, I like to use these little spring cake tins. These are really fun, but you don't have to use this. You could use whatever mold you would like. And I use a little bit of parchment so that it's easy to slip off my cake after it's done. Then I slip this back on. And I'm gonna do this in 2 parts. I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup of the cake batter at the bottom, and then I'm just gonna press that with my fingers so that it comes to be as nice and flat as possible. I want to smooth out those edges so that I get nice straight lines. And then I sliced some strawberries, and I'm gonna put those strawberries on that next layer. You can also use the strawberries to kind of push it down. And then I'm gonna use a 1/4 cup of my frosting mix to go on top, and I'm just gonna slide it around, and then I'm gonna tap out the cake tin to take out any air bubbles, and I'm gonna stick it in the freezer. Okay, so I waited an hour, and now my frosting is firm to the touch. And I should mention that this little cake pan is a 4-inch, but I have enough cake to probably make a 9-inch. So next I'm going to put more cake on, another 1/4 cup. You want to be gentle, don't push too hard into your frosting, just in case it does still have a little bit of softness. Perfect. Now another layer of strawberry. Now I'm going to put another 1/4 cup of frosting on top. And again, I'm just gonna swirl it around to make sure that it gets into all the little cracks. And then I'm gonna tap it out. And now I'm going to stick it into the fridge overnight, or you could just put it in the freezer again for another hour. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the extra frosting away into a piping bag, or you could even use a Ziploc bag and then you'll cut the edge to make it into like a makeshift piping bag. If you don't have extra frosting because you made a bigger cake, then I would suggest making a second recipe of frosting so that you have some for the next day. And tomorrow, or if you only put it into the freezer for another hour, we're gonna pipe the outside of it and then smooth it out to finish the cake. Hi there, and so it's the next day. And yesterday I kind of got ahead of myself by putting the strawberries on. It's always good to decorate it once you've taken it out of its mold. So I am gonna take the strawberries off because they got a little bit wilty in the fridge. And I can always fix the top with a little bit more frosting. Okay, so now to get the cake out, if you put it into one of these little spring molds. If you don't have one of these spring molds, I would suggest lining whatever you put your cake into with some saran wrap so you could just pop your cake out. And we're going to stick a palette knife in there. I would normally like to use a smaller palette knife, offset palette knife, but this is what I've got. And you want to drag it around the edge, pressing pretty firmly. You do not want to use just like a regular butter knife for that because it doesn't have the flex. You might be able to just pop this open without the palette knife. We're gonna use extra frosting to smooth it out, and I'm just gonna use it to smooth that part over. And I'm still gonna put more strawberries on top anyway. Now I'm gonna lift this, and it is kind of like a look to have it exposed, but if you want it to be covered with frosting, you could use your piping bag or the Ziploc bag to put some frosting around. And then you're gonna use your palette knife or whatever straight edge tool you have to smooth it over. Beautiful. Start to arrange my strawberries. And I just thinly slice the strawberries. And I liked using the top of the strawberry as a centerpiece. And voila! Yum! Alright, moment of truth. Cake is nice and moist and flavorful. The cream is delicious and rich. And I put kind of thick slices of strawberries because I like that. I like fresh crunch and the juiciness of it. And what I really like about this cake is that it's not like too sweet either. It's just perfect. Make sure to always look at my description below for the full recipe and some fun extras. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, or if you have any questions, or if you have any fun ideas for future videos. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so yet. And have a healthy, happy life. Yeah!